And if you ask me, I think we're wasting our time. He's not going to find anything, you know.
Then there's no harm in letting him look. The only thing that will waste is time.
And time is not on our side, unless you've forgotten that. We only have so much food, and I'm pretty confident that I remember seeing a switch out of the corner of my eye while we were fighting. And we were fighting for our lives, I'll have you remember, so I didn't have time to mention it through all of the sounds of combat and screaming and slashing and magic. And I'm pretty sure— oh, look at this! A hidden switch that I said was here, and you didn't believe me, so we were almost about to miss it, with this ancient magical treasury thingamadoodler. Why, thank you, William, for dragging us all back here so that we could find untold riches.
Thank you. I didn't originally believe that you'd find it, but you have indeed.
See, isn't it nice to be appreciated and for my skills to be acknowledged? Let us press on anyway. There's more treasure to be found,
and maybe next time you'll consider that I might be telling the truth?
Maybe. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play The Legend of Grimrock. And when last we left off, we dumped those second ring gauntlets because we only need one pair. Because only one character is going to gain the armor proficiency needed to use them effectively. Also, I hear enemies nearby, and this is where the final secret is, I think, because here corresponds to roughly here. Let's find out! And indeed, I was right. Here are some lurker pants, which we'll swap out for these here, because Ice doesn't have a lot of carry capacity, and we don't want to overburden him with light armor. I think if we get the opportunity, we might get William light armor proficiency, but at the moment we're quite content with what we have. Alright, there's one more place we want to go, and it's over here. I put another rock there to make sure that we didn't overburden the, or rather get hit by a fireball. Here we go, we'll just keep backing up until this enemy dies horribly, or until we die horribly. Let's hope it's not the latter, shall we? There we go, and that enemy is, did not confer enough experience, but that's okay. I imagine, however, there are going to be a few more of those fire elemental thingies, because I think they respawn in this area, and indeed they do. They do indeed. We really want to lure one of them over here. There are 3 of them. That's a lot of elementals. How am I going to lure them this way? Probably by strafing constantly, I think. Eventually they'll come to us. I'm really not looking forward to them coming to us. Ah, there's one of them. Hopefully this enemy will die horribly and quickly, if we're lucky. Where did that one go? Ah, there you are. And a level has been gained. And we need to be very— those fell down a pit, didn't they? They fell down a pit. I think we want to go and get those, and not fight these enemies. Although, we need to fight that one, that's for sure. And we need to fight— that's bad. We need to back up really quickly because that was some bad timing. The second one tried to sneak up around us, and that's terrible. There we go, that one's been defeated, and we still need to go and get that armor back. Get the armor on, and get those crossbow bolts back. There's the other one. I think we'll— are you coming this way? I hope you are. Hello! If you'd like to come over here, that would make it so much easier to defeat you, but it would seem like you're not intent on doing so. There we go. Not bad. And we'll have you hit there, and you hit there. And now everyone has hit it. And now we'll sort out that armor. We need to provide 3 points here to get to heavy armor proficiency, and then we'll put another point into sword, and that's +1 strength, which means she's that much better at carrying things. And we'll now go and get those crossbow bolts. There we are. We have them back, and since they missed completely, they're still lightning enchanted. So we're just going to re-enchant these ones and just put them all in one big pile. And now it's time to do some inventory shuffling, because we want to get all of the heavy armor on Heather here, and get all of the light armor that we're swapping it out for onto Malgrav. There we go. Oh, that's a compass, not a helmet. There we go, much better. And now we want to switch all of this around. Also, I think we might want to give those over to maybe we might want to give those over to somebody else. 0.3 and 2.6. They're certainly lighter, and he's going to need all of that carry capacity. Also, we're going to want to give these to, there we go, much better. 15 evasion is not that great, but protection 8 is also not that fantastic. We might want to give light armor proficiency over to William if we can. Also, that is a lot of additional protection stat. That is protection 30, which is far more than what Malgrav had before. However, we want to hold on to some of this armor. It's going to be a bit tricky though, but I think he might be able to hold on to it. Do we need another one of these? I don't know, but can you hold on to all this? You're going to have some difficulty, but maybe you can hold on to that. And what about... You can't hold on to that without becoming encumbered, but do we really need that? We really don't need that. That is an important thing. We do not need that item. And that means that we can now sort everything out, because we have better things all round. We have this, and we also have the Lurker Vest. And so now we have sorted out all of our carry capacity. Well, it does seem to fit. That's a good thing. It'll most certainly protect you. I do detect a bit of a rust spot there. Otherwise, it's quite fine work, if I say so myself. Are you now an expert blacksmith? No, I just know good quality equipment when I see it, and that is pretty good quality equipment. I think now we are finally done with this level, and with that we need to head out of here and down to the next one, down to level 7, the Ancient Chambers. There's more of the Valor equipment to get down there, and there's also a lot more stuff we just basically need to grab. There will also be more chitin equipment, which we're all just going to pass over to Malgrav. We're definitely at the point now where we can start happily shuffling out equipment, and I think it's time to free up some carry capacity by having you eat that food. We have plenty more food. Apologies for the sudden interruption there. We are back, we have saved, and now let us descend further into the depths. And if memory serves, this is the start of a area which has enemies we've already encountered. Hello, Slimes! How are you? You are just as tough as we remember you being, but we are far better equipped than we were before, which means we should be able to defeat these quite handily, as opposed to previously, when they were a huge challenge. Also, we want everyone to hit these, so that when we manage to defeat it, everyone gets experience. I'm not sure if Heather needs to hold on to that item now that confers more experience, but it's always a good idea because why not? She's the frontline character. Here's another one of those notes. Let's have a read. I discovered that if you open all but one door, the one where the draft is strongest, a wall slides right open. I'm going to leave some provisions there to lighten my load. This man seems exceptionally competent. If we find him, we'll most certainly want to recruit him into our group. If he is still alive. I'm quite confident that he is still alive. I mean, that note doesn't look very old. How do you know it's not very old? There are more slimes around there. We must be careful. And we must be very careful, as there are a lot of slimes there. We want to open up this way and try our best to make sure that we don't open that door there. We most certainly do not want to open that door that is right next to us. I'm not even sure if we can open this door from this side. We can't, which is a reassuring thing. Also, I don't know why I've stacked those up like that. We want to be very careful, though, because round here is a lot of slimes. A lot of slimes. We want to make sure that we defeat these as quickly as we can. There we go, and that people do not get hit that often, because we want to make sure that people do not get diseased. The disease effect is not as bad as it was before, because these enemies are no longer as terrifyingly difficult. I mean, they're still as much of a challenge as previously, but the heavy armor that Heather is wearing is just so much better, and the light armor that Malgrav is wearing means that neither of them take as much damage as before. The amount of protection that they both have from damage is just staggering. And there's a lightning bolt, just to soften up this one. We should be able to quite capably take care of this one. However, there is one behind that we... Malgrav is diseased, and there's just a small procession of 3 of these in a row. But there is a level up for Malgrav, should he survive. And I hope he will. I hope we all manage to survive. We also need to be very careful here that we don't lose anyone, because there is another slime right there. Right there in the corridor. Maybe a firebolt will do the trick? No, we do not have the energy for it. And we have some of our bolts back. We need to get that level up going. Let's see, more unarmed combat, I think. Bonus health is actually going to help, and the faster than lightning ability is really going to help. Plus 20 evasion, that will actually make him extremely well protected. How many more of these are there? There is 1 more by the looks of it, and we can deal with 1 more. Have fire! Haha! We are not as good with fire as we are with lightning. That makes sense because we have put a lot more points into lightning as opposed to the fire abilities. But these enemies are dying just as capably as before, and there is that crossbow bolt. Eventually the disease status will subside, and then we will move on. Also, there is another slime here, but only 1 more. We could deal with 1 more. 1 more should be fine. Alright. Carefully does it. Careful. Careful. Malgrav is no longer diseased. That's good. Need to be very careful, though, that we don't... there we go! That we don't lose anyone. Because we don't want to lose anyone at all. Alright. Let's see what's in here. If I'm right, and I am right, this has opened a way to somewhere we need to be. In here is an item we don't need. An item we don't need, because we already have some ring greaves, and some throwing knives. We could hold on to them. We'll pass them off to eyes here. I think it's time to rest. It's always worth resting, especially when you've had a quite difficult series of encounters like that. Alright, let's move on and on. Eventually, when we finished resting. Remember when I was worried that we'd be running out of food? I remember when I was worried about that, and we really aren't needing to be worried about that. We're going to have to be very, very careful if there are loads of slimes around here. I really don't like those slimes. I don't think anyone likes those slimes especially. Well, I don't like them even more. Also, great. Just great. Yes, I know. I was about to say, also, we haven't found any more slimes, but that is not good. The maze of shadows, eh? Well, I get the feeling we need to stay in the shadows here. I would agree with that. Only we're not sure how we're going to do that. No, we're not. Carefully does it. Well, there is a torch round there. Ill-advised to travel that way. You've been very quiet at the moment. Why is that? Thinking and pondering. Ah, another note. The torches remain out of my grasp. I try to reach for them, but the light they shine plays tricks on me. Ah! Well, we need to be careful of that then, don't we? What's this? A scroll of darkness. Well, it is the opposite of light. Now I know. Now we leave. And indeed, we do not want to go into any of the light here, although there is a slime ball here that we most certainly want to hold on to. Carefully does it as we explore. Very carefully. There's light here. There's also light there. And I also hear more of those flame enemies. Down here is a way we can go. It would seem like this is a way we can go. That's quite good. Anything here? Ah! There is something here. A secret. Let's have a look in this first. What's in here? Just food. I suppose we'll eat our fill and then we'll just keep the box. The box seems like something we want to hold on to. The food, less so. There we go. And we'll have you eat that. What else don't we want? We don't want that, we don't want this, and we don't want that. And apparently we can't even hold on to that. Can you hold on to that? No, you cannot. Can you hold on to that? No. You can hold on to that, though. Excellent. What else do we want here? There are a lot of things there that we most certainly would like. But there is a teleporter, and I imagine that's going to... it's going to put us here. Oh, hello! An enemy we haven't seen for absolutely... okay, there's another one. And William has now gained a level. Here are some more crossbow bolts. Crossbow bolts are always nice. And a throwing axe. I think those use the throwing skill. Yes, they do, and we don't need those. At all. Is there anything else around here, like some way to open the way we've just been? Ah, there we go. And here is yet another area with loads of nice stuff. And we're talking frost bombs. Lots of frost bombs. Unfortunately, carrying them is going to be a little difficult, but if we get rid of that and we get rid of this... can you carry that? You can. Let's give that a level up to William, shall we? He's getting very close to Master Archer, which is a really, really good skill. We need to go quite a bit into the dodge skill to get light armor proficiency though, but the additional evasion he'll get is quite nice. Alright, we'll go into that and give him additional energy, which is always good, and I think we found all of those secrets there. Unfortunately, yep, that will teleport us pretty much back to the beginning, so we want to follow the way we've already been. Well, I have to say we've gained a fair bit there, but caution is advised, especially with all of the enemies about. Ooh, however, here's something nice. Here we go, 20% slower cooldown and 20% higher attack power. A bracelet that the warriors of the hill tribes pass on from generation to generation. Do I really want somebody to, do I want somebody to have that? We'll hold on to it just for now. The protection point is not that bad if you think about it. But we want to be very, very careful. We also want to go a different route. Also, that is not the correct route. I think we want to head more this way, up here. And how we're going to do that is a mystery, because we want to not... actually, I think going down here is probably the right idea. It's most likely the right idea. It's probably the only way we can safely head down there. Okay, this way, that way... that leads to... that leads to this corridor that is very dark. And also a slime ball, which we most certainly want. We're just hoarding all of these reagents, and we might as well actually... these are quite heavy, actually, but we might as well have one on each of us, just in case. Also, do I really need this anymore? No, I really don't. I really, really don't. Alright, we don't want to go that way. We want to go... aha! This way. Excellent! And of course, the first thing we want to do, hello, is throw ourselves down a pit. Ha-ha! And that might have been a mistake. However, maybe it wasn't. The Bracelet of Tyan. A bracelet that is only awarded to the few who can pass the initiation rites of the Cult of Tyan. I was about to say the irritation rites of the Cult of Tyan. That is a really good item. 15% faster cooldown on all actions. You know what? We'll have you have that, and we'll have you have this. There we go. Not bad whatsoever. Your protection stat has gone up to 32. That is really nice. Alright, what else is in here? It would seem a grand total of nothing except a teleporter, which will take us, quite fortunately, back to here. Now, how do we get access to over there, I wonder? Well, that's not how you do it. That's not how you... oh, hello! You're coming to us. I'm actually not happy to see that, because, maybe I am. Eyes has gained a level. Eyes will gain 2 points in air magic here to get Circle of Protection, which means that everybody has additional protection to resist shock. 25. As for the other 2 points, I'm not so sure. I mean, we could get staff defense. Spellcraft really doesn't provide that much for us, like bonus willpower, bonus energy. 1 point would give us 10 bonus energy. We could start going into fire magic, but it just seems a bit redundant to do so. If we get a few more points, we could get more dexterity and more resist shock. But we might want to gain some staff defense, just to just to gain a little bit more of the, just to gain a little more armor protection. I mean, all of this armor here we could take off William, but then again, his encumbrance is quite ridiculous. But then again, if he gets rid of all this stuff, he could probably carry all of the bombs himself. But it's mainly going to be Eyes that's going to use them. What else would we get along the way? That's the question. Protection stat, evasion, health. You'd only need to gain 3 levels to do it. And I imagine we're going to find a little bit more light armor along the way. I mean, we have a fair bit of it. You have Brigadine. I mean, how much more will he gain stat-wise? He'll gain a little bit more protection from it, but not too much. Not too much at all. I mean, that's protection plus 4, whereas he's currently wearing something that's protection plus 2. But it weighs a lot more. It's probably better to see if William can gain access to light armor proficiency and have you focus on something else. Spellcraft might actually not be a terrible idea, just to gain some combat casting. Might be a decent idea, actually. Might be a very good idea. Yeah, let's do that, actually. Let's have you focus on... Then again, some more fire resist might be... We'll think about it. We'll think about it. I want to navigate my way around here so far. Also, here is a locked, something. That's going to require probably a locked pit, if, I would take a guess, that we're going to have to go and sort something out about. Also, this is a trap if ever I've seen one. This is most certainly a trap. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's a trap. It's not a very dangerous trap, but it's a trap. Ah, it's a much nastier trap. Right, this is bad. This is very bad. We want to fight our way over here and get this way. Oh, that was a nasty looking trap. Because it is a nasty trap. It's a very nasty trap, and we also want to make sure we don't back up in such a way that people die absolutely horribly. That was not great. There are a lot of slimes here. I was expecting just one, and the game surprised me with many. Remind me to make sure that we look all around us whenever we step on a pressure plate next time. Oh, I will. Don't worry. I think we all will. We all most certainly will. Alright, we can deal with this, and I think we need some spellcraft here, just to gain that little bit more stuff. I mean, fire magic is nice and all, but spellcraft is better. We'd best not bother with armor for Eyes here. William may be able to get the chance to take armor, and there's always a chance that we'll get another spell, the skill book, that will let us get some more skill points really quickly. Need to be very careful here. There are a lot of slimes. How many more? Maybe there aren't any. Oh, there are more. There's one. Hello! You are a slime monster, and I do not like slime monsters whatsoever. Need to be very careful, and I don't know why I'm staying so close to them. Don't know whatsoever. It's not a good idea. Any more? One more. One solitary slime monster, who's most certainly trying to be sneaky, and will fail at this effort, because sneakiness is not a slime's way. A slime's way is being slimy. Very slimy. Aha! Excellent. We have bested this. A diviner's cloak. Ooh, that's really good. Food consumption minus 10%. That is a pretty good cloak. I think this is a cloak for Eyes here. Eyes now has a pretty decent item there. Really, we could do with William gaining some... definitely William gaining some of the dodge skills so that he can get light armor proficiency. But for now, I think... ooh, there's a food item there. I think it's time for us to go up here and see what we can find. Most likely, a key. And when we come back, folks, we will most certainly use this key over here. In fact, we'll do it right now. Not surprisingly, it did something with this pit. AKA, it shut the pit. So that we don't... Actually, I should have probably gone into that pit first. But I'm sure there was nothing very valuable in there anyway. I say, with there being something really valuable in there. and I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.